Welcome back to Daybreak. It's about 7:29 now. Thanks for staying with us right here this morning. Well, if you're an athletic person and need to know how to prevent an overuse running injury before it starts, here with all the answers is Miss Christine Gibbs. She's a head therapist at A Step Ahead Physiotherapy. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for being here with us. Well, one thing I think we should probably get to know is what exactly is an overuse injury?
Well, overuse can come from anywhere, whether it's running or your aerobics at the gym or even sitting at your desk at work. It's just repeating one motion over and over until your joints, muscles, ligaments just say, I've had it.
Okay. And then how, so you have a model here where I guess it's a knee, is that what it is?
Yes, there's a knee and a foot.
There's a knee and a foot. Okay. And when someone gets an injury, what's affected first? How do you know where is affected?
Usually the pain will tell you where the injury or where the overuse is coming from, but such as a knee, it's not always the knee's fault. Usually it's coming from the foot or the hip. So just to look at the knee and try to fix the knee is not necessarily going to fix the problem.
Okay.
So that's why I want to talk about running injuries, because usually the main complaint with runners is knee pain. That's the number one side of injury. But if you fix the knee, that's not usually the problem. It's the problems with the foot or the hip.
Okay. And explain that for us. Kind of how do we know more other than the pain when we come to you? Is there a particular
Sure. The person probably won't know they have a weak hip or a tightness anywhere, or that their foot mechanics are off. That's why we take a physio to actually evaluate them and do some tests. But if your foot is overpronating, now pronation is a key word for runners. Pronation is good. You need pronation, but not too much. So a physio could look at that and say, yes, you have too much pronation, and we need to correct that either with a shoe. So this type of shoe has a gray bit here. That's like a motion control shoe. That would help control pronation. Some people need this. Some people have normal foot mechanics. They don't need that.
Okay. So it's the gray part in the shoe here?
Typically. Okay. Some running shoes have gotten a little bit fancier, and that's not just decoration.
Yeah.
So the pronation control in the middle of the shoe there shows that it would help control some of that excess motion, which can affect your knee. If you have too much motion, that knee is going to take up all that motion, and you get just rubbing of the knee components.
A lot of people, I find, when I go shoe shopping, they always ask for a particular brand. Now, is there a particular brand?
I don't have every runner has their brand that they love, but I don't, like I love Mizuno's, other people love Nike's or an Asics. It doesn't matter the brand, but it matters that you have either pronation control for overpronators or a neutral shoe. So this is a neutral shoe. There's no gray bit here.
Right.
So this is for somebody that just needs cushion and a good running shoe.
Okay. Now, speak to us about orthotics. Is that something that would fix someone's pain, or will it make us run faster?
It can. That's a good question. A lot of people think, oh, I'm going to get the high-tech stuff orthotics, and it's going to make me run or win my race or get my PR.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's not always the case. So some people have a very loose foot. It just flops up and down. And an orthotic, which would be custom made to your foot, would fit in your shoe.
Okay.
And it hugs your foot exactly as it needs to, because we've molded your foot. And it corrects any abnormal foot mechanics. So if you overpronate, this would control that. If you have a really high arch, like your foot is sitting up way too high and doesn't meet the natural footbed of the shoe. So the custom orthotic will probably fix the pain. It's not a guarantee, but it definitely will help. And it might actually make you run faster because you fix the mechanics, but no, just because you get orthotics does not mean you're going to win the next race.
Sorry, guys. Not happening.
I wish.
Now, when it comes to orthotics, just to wrap it up, can that be used for people like me who are wearing heels all the time?
It doesn't work in heels. I have gotten it for people with sandals. You know, here everybody loves their flip-flops and open-toed shoes.
Right.
So we get a shorter one that can fit into the shoe. Rugby boots are really narrow, and we just get a different orthotic to fit into the rugby shoes.
Okay, and just to close now, you do have a presentation this Thursday.
Yes.
Quickly tell us about that.
It'll be at A Step Ahead Physiotherapy in Governors Square at 6 o'clock on Thursday night. It's for runners, anybody that wants to start running, that's been running, just to explain why your knee might be hurting, why other parts might be hurting, warm up, cool down. All your questions about running will be answered, hopefully before it starts for the marathon this year.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
So everyone definitely needs to
Fingers
come out and take advantage of the presentation. And it's free of cost, 6 o'clock at Governors Square, and you as well as your other colleagues will be there assisting or giving presentations.
Yes.
All right, any last words for the viewers?
That's it. Just get out there running.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you too.
All right, everyone. An eyeless shrimp species have been discovered in Cayman. That's later in the show. But after the break, information about an invasive species species on our island is up next. Stay with us.